it turns out that New Zealand made two towns for me. I was in the town of Bulls in one of my prior episodes, and now I'm in Morrinsville. And why was this town made for me? Because it is full of cows. So we're gonna go and travel around and see the cows. Apparently this is Pikamu. A little disturbing, but interesting. This is Retro Couch. This is Family. Just so you understand my obsession, I've actually taken a 30-minute bus ride outside of Hamilton just to come to this town for the cows. Look, it's Mulu. This is Mufanwe. A bunch of years ago, New York had a cow parade, and artists made big cows like this that were all over the city for a while, and then they were sold off. Now imagine, so basically this is like that, only distributed around the town forever as artwork. I love it. This is Accountants. This is Maddie the cow. This one is called Herd of Heathcoats. Ah, look at the world on a cow. This is Daisy's Odyssey. I guess she likes to travel too. Wow, she even went to America. I'm not sure what's happening here. Looks like a cow that might be going to work. This is the Mooney cow. I guess he's gonna rob a bank or protect it. Those of you that are fans of biking, this is the Tour de Cow. This cow is moving. Here is We Are Family. Hi, so I am now at the iSite in Morrinsville with Cathy, who is quite interesting. And Cathy, tell me again what it is, all your different roles here.
Oh, I wear many hats. My hat stand's not big enough. I'm the Herd of Cows coordinator, so I put together the sponsors and the artists together to make the new cows. So we've got 61 beautiful Herd of Cows girls in town at the moment.
Wow.
And including our mega cow, who's Mabel. If you haven't seen her.
Oh, the big giant one that I saw from the bus.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yes.
How long did it take to make her?
Oh, several months, yes.
Wow.
And very, very expensive. I have no idea what the cost was, but she was very expensive, and she was painted by the local car painter, who has actually had a lot to do with all the cows, because apart from painting one or two of the cows, he's also been involved with every single one of them, where he's put a graffiti coating over the top of them.
Wow,
So they've all
okay.
been protected
Yeah.
from graffiti. So the other roles of mine, I'm also the manager of the iSite here, the information centre, the CEO of the Morrinsville Chamber of Commerce, the promotions manager of the town, so I put on the big events like our annual big fireworks display and Christmas parades and that sort of thing. So yeah, busy role, never enough hours in the day.
How did Morrinsville come to be? Like, I mean, I was saying how in America we had a cow parade. They put them out for a while, then sold them.
Yes.
But you keep them out all the time.
Ours are permanent, and the idea came from America.
Ah,
yes.
okay.
So the councillor Nikki Robb was the instigator behind this fantastic artful project. So what happened was, she lived in Chicago for a number of years, knew about the cow parade and that sort of thing, and when she came back to Morrinsville, she was involved with the farming community on our local council and thought that Morrinsville needed something to just put us on the map a little bit more.
Yeah.
We recently had the new Wallace Art Gallery, which is in town, and although we'd only ever been known as the serving community for the farmers, putting an art gallery here brought a whole new generic of people that were very much into art. So put the two together, come up with a cow and some art, put them together, and what do we get? We get 61 cows. So the first few cows were 15 of them went in, and then they've been added to over the years to bring us to the point we are now.
That's amazing. And do you have like, we had a cow hospital because people actually like, you know, sat on them or damaged them.
Oh, they are sat on. In fact,
Are
we've
they?
seen up to 7 people on the
Oh
cow
my
out
God!
here. Yes, little people usually.
Okay.
But no, touch wood.
Okay.
We've been fairly lucky with that. We did have a little bit of a vandalism situation with one of them. So she was taken off down to the painter, the graffiti coater, who is also a panel beater. He was able to repair her because they're made out of fiberglass, so it was a reasonably easy fix. And then once she was fixed, she was repainted, touched up a little bit, and back in situ very, very quickly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no,
I love it.
Hospital.
Well,
we'd have to have a vet.
yes, you would. Oh my God. They're awesome. Well, this is such a lovely town.
It is beautiful.
Thank you for making it.
Oh, my pleasure. And lovely to have you here. Even if you shouldn't be here at the moment,
I know.
you stay here, stay strong,
I'm
stay
going
safe.
to,
Yes,
definitely.
Lovely.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
What was your name?
Heather.
Heather. Lovely to meet you, Heather.
All right, so 61 cows to see and not lots of time to do it. This is Freedom Cow, and I love learning the story of how the cows here came to be. So thank you, Cathy, for that explanation. Kiwana cow. This is the Mulux cow. I just found Nick. I guess he works as a car salesman. This is Sociabelle, right by the Town and Country Club. I thought I'd take a moment to explain this video. So I took the bus actually into Hamilton, which is for the most part just a city, and I am using it as a base. I realized when I got there that I was only 30 minutes bus ride from Morrinsville, where I am now, checking out these cows. So this video is sort of a blend of places from using Hamilton as a base to show you, I mean, it's just fascinating, this town. So it's like one of my favorite up there with bulls. This cow is utterly awesome. I agree. Meet Rose, another beautiful cow. It's really nice to feel like you're in a semi-field of cows because they're everywhere. This is the global cow. Tauheka cow. Not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, but another gorgeous one. Here we have a piece of the puzzle. This is pedicure. I guess lots of animals like to get their feet pedicured. Tomus. Nice socks. You can see that a lot of the local businesses, as we saw in the interview, have commissioned these cows. And so Tomus is in front of Thomas Park. The pedicure cow is in front of the veterinary clinic. Very creative. This is Cow Crete, right by the cement yard. Clever. This is the emergency paramedic cow, and a shout out to St. John's. I volunteered for the op shop. They are an ambulance. They provide ambulances, so really cool that there is a cow for them. In front of the fire station, we have community spirit. That's a nice saying. The love of life is the greatest blessing. I agree. That's why I quit my job to travel. This is like no udder. A lot of udder jokes. Ooh, in front of the car repair shop, we have the Crashinator. I think it gives the Terminator a run for his money. Wow, look at those teeth. Sharp. Here in front of Seals Winslow, we have Moodylicious. Get over to Morrinsville. I did. Jeffrey Mover in front of what may be a tractor company. Not sure. But I think that would be a good guess based on the cow. Pretty much all of the cows are life-size-ish and great for selfies, except for one. Perhaps the one best known in Morrinsville, this one, which is huge. Oh my goodness. That's a bovine. Talk about making your mark. This is the Morrinsville Mega Cow. That is some cow. Looks like they light her up at night. Look, she's bigger than that truck. Huge. Woo! This cow is in front of a livestock company and even has the milking apparatus attached to the udders. Wow. I'm in front of another car repair shop, and this is Hydrolink cow. Right by the paint shop is Colorella. I would have called her Cowarella, but that's okay. This is Rodamu. I don't know, it looks to me almost like a zebra cow, which reminds me of Africa, which is awesome. In front of the pharmacy, it's only logical to have a farm assist. Using Hamilton as my base, I've also been able to get to Raglan, where I am now, and this is a lovely kind of hippie town. Really great vibes, really liking it actually. If I end up getting my visa extended, I may come back here and spend a few days. It's just lovely. So it's just the harbor, and I'll show you the town as well. This is the center of town. Really cool place. Even the cars are colorful. A typical experience in New Zealand, just leave your laptop and all your valuables on the table, go off and do something, and know it'll still be there when you get back. It's late morning on a Friday, and you can just, hopefully you can feel how just laid back the city is. What a contrast to Hamilton and many other places I've been recently. Hard to explain, but when you come here, it's just, I just want to plop down and kind of chill all day. And I haven't even taken anything. No, I really haven't. It's just the vibe of the town. So this is the main street, and then over here there's a lot going on as well. And actually I say that's the main street, but it's not the first street you see when you get here. And very important lesson I've had is when you're looking for somewhere to eat or something to buy, never go on the shops and restaurants closest to the town entrance or the main street, because they'll be more expensive and less interesting than what you'll find on these little streets like this. Wow, this is gorgeous. Definitely don't go on the main street, go here, it's the yard. Very cool. police, some of the first I've seen just walking around in all of New Zealand. Random succulent tree. I don't know that I've ever seen one. Wow. A view of Raglan from the bridge. I don't know what's happening here. Kids are swimming. Maybe it's their summer holiday. But I think the summer holidays are over, so I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's a class. Kids seem to love to jump off stuff into the water. I think that's what's happening here. Yep. Sculpture I just found, which apparently stands for growth, development, understanding, renewal, and regeneration. Continuing on in Raglan to the other end, which is away from the tourist street and the water. Actually, I guess the water rounds out over here. There's a nice little, there's a church. Sort of begins to feel a bit more residential. This is a lovely idea, pop-up free pantry, so you can take something if you need it, and you can also leave something for someone else to take for free. It looks like, in fact, there is an information center combined with the museum. I am here with Lisa with this is an iSite. I thought it was just a little information center, but it's actually an iSite. So Lisa, I asked Lisa to join me to learn a little bit about Raglan. Like, can you tell us anything about the history of Raglan?
Yeah, I can. Kia ora, from the west coast of Whangaroa, Raglan. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to actually what we call the information hub for Raglan Whangaroa. Whangaroa is actually the Māori name for the area.
Oh, beautiful.
And it means the long pursuit.
And you pronounce, so can you say Aotearoa? Because I can't say it well.
Aotearoa.
Aotearoa.
So that's the Māori name for New Zealand, but the North Island in Māori is Te Ika a Maui, and Te Waiponamu is the name for the South Island. But this area here is called Whangaroa, and the original name for Raglan was Putuitui, which was given to this place by the First Nations people, which Māori. And when Māori first came here, there was a profusion of vegetation called toitoi, which is found here in New Zealand, and it's a beautiful grass actually with a tuft of white, and so it was called Putuitui because there was such prolific toitoi growing in this area. And Whangaroa, which most people know Raglan for, is the name of the harbour and of the sea here, and it means the long pursuit. So that's an interesting facts about this small place.
Wow. How did it get, because it's got a very hippie vibe, how did that come in?
I think it was really as a result of the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, when it was discovered by local surfers.
Oh, okay.
And so at that time it became really popular for the alternative sort of surf community to be part of Raglan. And over the years, obviously, it has attracted many artists, from painters to sculptors to ceramicists, weavers, and of course another important integral part of Raglan is that in the late 70s, early 80s, there was a movement from Māori to reclaim some of our lands that had been taken early in about 1943, and so Raglan became known as a place for political activism. So there was a resurgence in New Zealand from Māori around our identity. So yes, that's another really interesting part of Raglan. And here in the iSite, the iHub actually is part of the museum, which is a fantastic community facility, and in there is a lot of information about local historical narrative.
Okay.
It's really interesting.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we might be known as hippies, but it's a really diverse community.
I see that, yeah.
And really rich.
So somebody coming here for a day or a few days, what's the one thing they can't leave without seeing or doing?
The beach.
The beach.
The beach is going out to the surf break Nunny Bay, which is a really famous left-hand surf break. Although I don't surf, and nor do my kids. Going for a walk along the beach, going out to the surf, and just talking with the locals.
Yeah.
And we've got, our culture is to be really responsible and sustain, and thinking about how our footprint on the planet. So trying to minimise waste is another big thing that Raglan is really known for. Extreme zero waste is our recycling centre, and another really interesting fact is that we divert 76% of our waste from landfill.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Wow, I'm so glad that I'm talking to you, because I would never have known all this.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Cool. Well, thank you, Lisa. This has been, first off, your pronunciation, I'm like, I've been...
It is pretty hard, eh?
It is.
Yeah.
And I've...
Takes practice.
Yes, and I've been here a year. You'd think I'd have enough practice, but still working on it.
It's perfect. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
If you make mistakes, that's all right. I can't speak French or German or anything like
I can.
that. So we all have our challenges.
There we go. Well, thank you. This has been enlightening, and I'm sure for everyone watching. Come to Raglan, great town.
Kia ora.
And kia ora means hello, and
Hello,
also
or just thank you, and yeah.
it's a wonderful town, and we've just learned a ton. So come to the iSite while you're here, and maybe Lisa will be here. Say hi and come see the place. So thank you. So I'm walking down to the waterfront, and it is gorgeous. Like I said, beautiful. I'm now at the other end of town, and it's an even different vibe. It's completely peaceful, and wow, just hardly anybody here. Amazing. Also, I believe this is Black Sand Beach. Here we are on the wharf, the gallery, and other shops. Really cute. And it just keeps going. So I think the area Lisa was recommending is actually down here at the end. I think this is actually the wharf. Yep, this is definitely the wharf. Another episode of Travel Adventures with Heather. Admittedly, this one has been weird. I came to Hamilton and hardly even saw it. Instead, I used Hamilton as a base to see Morrinsville and Raglan. What I can say about Hamilton, it is quite very much a city with lots of shops and restaurants. There's also a river you can walk along, and there are some hikes when they're open. But of course, my main interests were seeing those cows in Morrinsville. If you haven't seen my bulls video, you can watch that too, because bulls and cows, towns made for me. And Raglan really took me by surprise too. I wasn't sure what to expect, and it's just really intriguing and more of an energetic experience, as well as just kind of a hippie fun town with lovely people. I actually met a bunch of fun people. Everybody's really chatty. Highly recommend coming to Raglan. And I got to both of these places from Hamilton via public bus with the B card, the one that I showed you in my New Plymouth video. And it's great because that card works in a lot of different towns in New Zealand. And I think the total transit cost was like $2 or $3 each way, and Raglan is about a 1-hour bus ride from Hamilton, and still about $3 each way. So it's a really great deal. The bus times, you want to get a bus schedule for both places because the bus times are kind of odd and not always super convenient. So you'll probably end up needing a full day to see each of these places if you are not staying in them overnight. I also want to note that I feel like this is a very interesting time for everyone, obviously, but here in New Zealand, I am filming this video. It is February 12th, I think, so right before Valentine's Day. And there are 10,000 of us, people like me, that are on visas about to expire, and all of us with the conundrum that to go to our home country, which is like racked with COVID, none of us want to do that. So I'm a week away from figuring out whether my visa might be graciously extended again by the government, whether I'm becoming a criminal and hanging out, or whether I'm going to figure out some other country whose borders are open that is faring better than America. So, wow. So hopefully by the next video or so I'll have figured that out, but you can look forward to hearing about that update in the next video too. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, and of course, if you're not a subscriber, would love it if you would also subscribe. And while you're waiting for the next episode of Travel Adventures with Heather, feel free to visit my website at heatherbegins.com. I have a great newsletter if you are someone that wants to quit a full-time gig and do something you love but can't figure out the money piece. Sign up for my newsletter and I will help you through it and living a more meaningful life. Until the next episode, have a great week. See you then. Bye-bye.